everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show.
And I'm wearing my fall colors. It's the last hurrah for fall before winter.
And here I thought you were going to wear the little headband.
Do you want me to show it though?
No.
Okay.
We'll save it. We had that last year though.
Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody. Hey Violet Lotus, good to see you. Good to see everybody.
Good to see everybody.
Don't want to miss out anyone. So, we just got so many things going on, we can't keep things straight. But anyway, I just want to let everybody know that on our website right now, we are offering our yearly spreads at discounts. You know, if you buy the more expensive readings, you get a little bit more of a discount. But all of our readings are so reasonable, seriously, because you're getting 2 readers after all, for the price of 1. But if you want to know what your 2022 is going to look like, you can check them out at tfttarotfortoday.com. Just at the top of the page, there's a little thing to click on Shop. It'll take you directly to the things that are on sale. But if you also scroll down our page a little bit, you'll find them there as well. So that's what we've got going right now, and I will be getting some notices on Twitter and Facebook about that.
Well, admittedly, Divine, I've been starting later and later, and I don't know exactly when it sends out the notifications, but I literally just started at 2 o'clock our time, which is 11 o'clock your time. So it's possible that you may check later and see the notifications came in. So she just had a quibble with me about starting later, because I have been, I admit to it, just been running the gamut lately, so that may be why. I'm not sure.
Yeah, 10 or 5 minutes too, I think is fine. I mean, we don't have to do a full hour in advance. I don't know. It depends. Some people want to know when the show is going to be on. I know that some podcasts will put out reminders early, so I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll be better. I'll try.
We'll work on it. We'll work on our timing thing.
Yeah, and other than that, if it's something not to do with my timing, I'm not really sure what it is then.
Gina,
oh,
Angel,
look at that. Thank you, Mama Teresa.
T, holy cow. Yvette, all these people came in when I wasn't looking.
Look at that.
Oh, yay, Mama T. Thank you, Mama T. I've noticed this has been working a little bit more lately. Some of our subscribers show up, but with a little icon as well, but not always. It's still a little hit and miss. We're working on it.
Violet Lotus, for a moment there, I was looking at what you wrote in the chat, and my eyes are bad. And I thought it said kitty worship. I thought, yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I got to get Mama
Hi,
T
Gina.
in.
And thank you. Love and hugs to you, Divine.
Angel.
I know it must be frustrating if you're waiting for a notification and then you feel you're missing out.
All right. Yeah, someone donated. So awesome.
Very nice. Thank you.
Well, we are on a roll here, and also on our webpage, I finally have been using buttons a little bit more, and I figured out how on our first screen, our TFT Tarot for Today screen, I can put a donate button. So I put a donate button there with our PayPal if people want to donate to the cause as well. But, we also have readings for sale there. And as I've announced, our yearly readings are up and on sale. But, of course, the more expensive ones have the biggest bargains.
Well, the only difference with that, Violet, is that when cats worship themselves, they can get into all those places that a human can't.
One other thing I want to share with everybody now that we have a big group here is that our anniversary gift to ourselves has arrived.
Yes, and it's fabulous.
We are not going to give it completely away yet, but we've got a custom edition of the mist. Oh, there's something else popping up there on yours, Mr. O. I didn't see it.
Oh, it's Mr. Maurice. Oh, thank you.
Mr. M. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Congratulations.
Awesome. Woohoo.
Hi, Austin.
Hey, Austin.
It's
That is
out
so
home
good to
night
hear.
or day or something.
You know, we've been getting a lot of feedback lately, and I have to say, I don't know if it's just the time of the year things. We can't always guarantee accuracy for sure. It is what it is. The cards are what they are, and we have good days, we have bad days. But we've been getting some very nice feedback lately, and we really appreciate that. So anyway, the Mystic Palette Tarot by Cyril Marchetti, and look at this. The box is even autographed. And also, inside is just some nice stuff. We've got a couple of cards that were autographed. It's monogrammed. They forgot to put the TFT in, but I'm not going to hurt them on that or hate them on that. But they put Tarot for Today on the backs of each card, and our astrological symbols or animals that Cyril Marchetti created on the cards as well. So we are going to do an unboxing video of this where you'll be able to see this cool, awesome deck that we've got here from Cyril Marchetti. And I am sure it's going to come out obviously for, major distribution, at a much cheaper rate.
Thank you,
than what
Angel.
we
Thank
paid
you,
for.
everybody who feels, that we're accurate, that, they like their readings.
Hey, Sonali.
I really love the feedback, and I love the appreciation. That's what we're here for. We sort of feel like we're not necessarily here to take the world by storm, but we are here to try to help out one bit at a time.
So this deck is very, very cool and special to us because
Hi, Sonali.
it's got both of us really in it, sort of, and we're really happy. I've got Sonali on the list. I think I've got everybody, and boy, we've got a big list, so we should just get going here. And I will read the list in just a moment, so be patient.
Thanks,
I'm going to
Marcia.
do our collective reading right now, and I have brought out Colette Baron Reed and Alberto Villoldo's The Shaman Stream Oracle. I haven't used that in a little while. Thought I'd bring it out again. I'm going to let Mr. O draw the card for us today,
Why, thank you.
as I do once in a while. Let him do that.
Oh, gosh, you guys are so sweet out there. Thank you. A long time ago, I told somebody when we used to do card readings more often in the public, at some of the parties or events we went to years and years ago. This is really a long time ago. And they asked about some of these kind of things. And one of the things I said was that, in a way, for me, reading cards for people was a healing kind of thing. And I felt...
For everybody involved,
I
really.
felt that not only was I healing you, depending on what I was able to do, but I was also healing myself in a way, too. And having said that,
What do we got?
our card for the day is number 51.
Aww.
Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility.
I like it.
I do, too.
Embracing opportunity. When you look up into the velvety dark blanket of the night sky, covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a teeny sliver of what is actually there? This is a domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility and needs your clear focus to hone in on what avenue of exploration most calls to you. It's time to choose and not be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what may be. Be here now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest star in your never-ending sky and take small steps, small movements towards calling this glittering potential into reality. If you can imagine this and hold that vision, you will summon all the celestial helpers and guides to aid you in bringing it into fruition. Keep your focus on the essential essence of potential rather than the form of it. The universe has its own ideas how best to serve you and all of us at the same time. Trust this as fact rather than theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true, for they surely will, exactly how you need them to. And you know, it's really interesting in the description of this card, it's very reminiscent to me of the Seven of Cups in the tarot, Mr. O. You know, to pick the thing that's really calling to you out of all the many possibilities and focus on it and hone in on that.
And here's the funny thing. Just in the last few moments, I was thinking of the mystical, magical feeling around this card, and I looked at 5-1, and I said, well, that's 6. And then when I thought of 6, I thought of the triangles, the six-sided star. It's the Jewish star. It's the mystic Solomon star, 6 points. Ascend 3 up, 3 down, sort of like a macrocosm, microcosm thing. So it definitely has that kind of starry destiny feel for sure.
So before we even talk about our decks we're going to use today, I think we should just go over the list real quick. Did anybody else pop in while I was
I don't
yapping?
think so.
Okay. All right.
Sonali did. You got
I
her,
got
though.
Sonali.
Yeah.
So, all right, we have a big list today so far. We've got Angel Mary. We've got Libra Cusp. We've got Aaliyah, Acel, Jackie, Marcia, Lena, Divine You, Violet Lotus, Yvette, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina, Austin, and Sonali. And I'm hoping I got that order right. I do my best. So let's see what decks you have, Mr. O, and let's get going.
Okay, so I have my Tarot of the Cat People.
Okay.
And that's Temperance.
I like that one.
From that deck.
I never collected this one, but I do like it. Very nice.
And then I have my Karma Music Tarot. And that's the 5 of Coins, or 5 of Pentacles.
You're making me shuffle those big cards.
And then I
Mr.
brought
O.
out the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck, which I use sometimes for Thoughts from Thoth on Thursdays. But I've been using the Millennium Thoth deck, which is a reproduction. This is the 2 of Wands. Is
Oh,
that the 2
Mr.
of
Maurice,
Wands?
I got to get you on the list, of course.
Yeah, I'm not sure when he came in.
Yeah, I think, well, I know you did that. That's the first time I'm seeing you in the chat, though. So I think it was after Sonali when we saw the message go off.
Oh, I saw it before Sonali.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. So why don't you just figure out where you're going to squeeze them in?
Well, they're both together at the bottom, so
True enough.
we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so that was my Thoth deck.
All right.
And thank you once again for the
Thank you so
donation.
much, Mr.
Appreciate the
M.
feedback, too.
And yeah, we'll look at that, Mr. Maurice, if you want to today. Sometimes these things certainly are blessings in disguise. I do seem to remember something coming up about your workplace. It's just not very clear right now. So
something
many
that
readings.
was unexpected or something. I know,
Yeah.
I admit. Okay, no,
Oh.
Angel Mary.
No, Angel
Go right
Mary,
ahead.
you are first. Go ahead with your question. I'll go over my decks while you're doing that. I am using the Mary Medley's Tarot again today, this whimsical cartoony deck. There's the 9 of Wands in that deck. I am also using the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. It is still before Christmas after all. And we have the Tower in that deck. I am also using the Dancing in the Dark Tarot. And it's a very nice traditional deck. Beautiful. And it's the Wheel of Fortune in that deck. And finally, I am using the Ciro Marchetti Tarot Decoratif, which is a mashup between the Rider-Waite and the, the French decks, I guess, right? Marseille. All right.
And then you have the
Yes, the
Yuletide
Holiday
Lenormand.
Lenormand. With whimsical holiday themed. There is the sleigh, which is the ship in the traditional Lenormand.
Oh, thank you, Mama Teresa.
Kara! Hey,
Hi,
good
Kara.
to see you, Kara. That was such a cute little cat thing you posted today on Twitter.
Angel Mary, are we just doing a general reading, or are you typing up your
Yeah,
request?
Angel Mary, go ahead and type your question.
I'm going to look and see if they wrote
Oh,
something
thank
earlier.
you, Mama T. Just getting in the spirit of the season. Red is my color.
And I just knocked a bunch of cards off the table.
How will 2022 be for you? Okay, valid question. So we'll throw 3 cards and see. While Mr. O is picking up his, I'll shuffle mine.
Okay, very good. And I got mine back, so
all right.
that's fine.
All right, Mr. O, we're going to be on our game today and move through these lists, right?
Right, Mama B.
Mama B.
Mama B.
All right. And I promise not to over shuffle, even though I am doing that right now. Here you go.
Okay.
I am dreaming up how to do the 2022 U.S. and World Predictions video that we are contemplating doing this month. Getting it out ahead of 2022 would be nice. So hoping to get that out. And also Christmas Eve. We still don't have a promo for it yet, but we will soon. We're doing a special live stream. It will be a 3 card, but there is a theme. I'm just going to say that right now to this particular reading.
I have most of the rudiments of some advertising.
Awesome.
For it. Mm-hmm.
So we will be getting that out soon. Stay tuned for more info on that in our upcoming shows. So what's going on in 2022? We have the King of Candles here for Angel Mary. That is the King of Wands. Wow, we have the Two of Presents here as well, which is the Two of Pentacles upright. Oh my. Why is there always a thorn in our side? Then we have the Nine of Potions reversed. The Nine of Cups is reversed. So how is 2022 going to go for you? I think it's a real mixed bag here, Angel Mary. I feel like maybe there might be some success for you at work. I have a feeling, though, that the trick, because of this King of Wands here, I feel as though maybe enterprise or work or business matters, you're going to be more on the top of your game with. But, you know, and it seems as though you're going to be maintaining a pretty good balance, you know, with your finances and the different aspects of your life here with this two. I know I want to get to this, though, because there is a juxtaposition. So I'm wondering why the Nine of Cups is reversed, because the Nine of Cups is your wish card, and it's still not as if 2022 is bringing you what you truly hope for and desire. And so I'm wondering if it's not in the emotional realm of your life, that there may be some dissatisfaction there. I'm just wondering here, because we can only do the 3 cards. We'll see what the Lenormand will add.
Well, my feeling is that everything Banshee said is pretty correct. I sort of feel like, you know, the captains of industry are sort of liking to work with you or moving you along, you know, and I think the balance issue is definitely right on there. Having said that, the balance issue may be extending towards some of the emotional things, the things that bring you happiness in your life, whether they're relationships or just things you enjoy. And so I'm wondering if some of this pressure towards success or this orientation towards success is taking away more time from your home or other life. Like maybe you're working more hours, or you're on call more, or things like that, because of being successful means more work, more responsibility.
I think that's a very valid tie-in that he just made there, that all of this might actually be relating to what this, you know, what these opportunities in your work life hold for you. So the balance issue again is about, you know, trying to maintain that balance of not overdoing it here at the expense of other areas of your life. I think that's pretty
now,
good.
If this is more about you going back to school, because I think we've talked about that too, you can apply this to anything that, you know, moving ahead in one particular area may draw upon your time resources more than anything. I'm thinking it's more a matter of the amount of time you have to put into things. I think there could be, you know, some material sacrifices too, you know, unknown fees or cost involved in that, but it's mostly about the time. I think the time needed to do this work or to balance this work with other parts of your life.
All right. Okay. Interestingly enough, we have the book. So if you are thinking of going back to school, this is highly
a good
possible
sign.
in this year ahead.
That's a good sign.
You have the storybook here, which is all about research and study. But then there's Father Time, the scythe. So, and it's not pointing towards the book. So I'm almost thinking here that,
And it's that metaphor of time, of
well,
course. So it's sort of like maybe...
it's only in. Well, I guess the site could have that either way. I like the fact that they did Father Time for Christmas with this cutting implement. Go ahead, I'll let you go, but I have a
merely
thought.
wanted to say that it possibly reinforces the idea that time is allocated carefully for you, and that your time at working on other successes, whether it's just knowledge or, college, may be differential to, that.
Well, I have a feeling here, since this is not cutting towards the book, Angel Mary, what this is saying to me is that in 2022, you are definitely going to be making some time in your life, cutting out possibly some other activities for study.
Okay. And therefore, the idea of what I was sort of hinting at, that you're cutting away time from other aspects of your life, though, is still possible.
Yeah. That's what we have for you,
That's
Angel
what we have
Mary.
for
Good
you.
luck with that. Good luck with 2022. Hey, Libra Cusp. Okay, you've got a question posted.
All right.
What angels have for you.
And I'm
So
going to use my Karma Music Tarot.
It's fine. After Libra is Aaliyah, Acel, Jackie, Marcia, Lena, Divine You, Violet Lotus, Yvette, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina, Austin, Snally, Mr. Maurice, and Kara. All right.
And so the last few days, we got 4 new subscriptions, and we kind of accumulate slowly. So we're just like overjoyed when we got
Well,
those. We're
and
like,
some
wow!
of them, it keeps going back and forth with YouTube.
That's
We can't
true,
figure
too.
out. We gain 4, we lose 2. It just keeps doing that. But we seem to
You're
be.
welcome, Angel Mary.
We've made a lot of progress. I think in the last
Yeah.
4 or 5 months, it's just been constant, little, small, baby step increments. Which I can't say the same for Twitter. Twitter is like through the roof lately, and so appreciative. Twitter has just really been a wonderful stomping ground for us.
I think it kind of needs to be organic in the way that it is for us, because I think really if all of a sudden we had hugely, vastly more attention and or orders at our shop and stuff like that, we would have a hard time keeping
You
up
know
with
what?
some of
It's
that.
always quality over quantity in my book, because
There you
the
go.
bottom line is, look at the chat we have. We have such great people in this chat. As things get bigger, there could be arguments, there could be different things that happen. But so far, so good. Everybody is so supportive and nice. It's just been fantastic.
Mature.
And I'm finding that on Twitter as well. There have been moments, but for the most part, everything has been fantastic.
Y'all be mature.
All right. Message from the angels. Well, there's that 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords, upright. Knight of Coins, reversed. Uh-oh. 7 of Swords, upright. Well, the angels realize you might be at a stalemate on something right now. And
Oh my.
well, do you think maybe there's a stalemate here? It seems like you're trying to figure out the best way you can look after yourself or protect your own interests. Now, the Knight of Coins is often about money, possibly coming or going out of your hands. I'm not going to rule that out here, but I can't help but wonder if that's some kind of a stubborn individual you might be dealing with. What did you get that?
This is one of those things where, like in that little juvenile humor part of Mr. O, when I think of the Knight of Coins reversed, I think of the words turgid. And of course, turgid is slow moving, possibly overly slow moving. But maybe there's a warning in that, in the sense that maybe this is the angel's message. Sometimes I actually also see the 2 of Swords upright as kind of an angel because justice is blind, or sort of an angel
No,
idea.
no.
No, stay over there.
Why you left
Don't
that
come out.
space there, I'll never know. Sonny.
Go away. Go away. He's trying to creep in.
Come on.
Well, there he
Come
goes.
here.
Sorry, everybody.
Plenty of room for you here.
So I'm wondering if this is just the angels are saying you need to take more time to be thinking about what you're listening to and not making that move. The angels sort
This
of
is
just...
a really good point. I'm sorry. I must be off my game.
Do you-
so when
do
you
you think
said
so?
that, yeah.
Well, but having said that, here's where I'm throwing a wrench in your plans. I'm thinking that the spirits are saying, watch for the opportunities presented by the Seven of Swords. And of course, the Seven of Swords says sometimes, even angels have to do things that are a little bit on the darker side of things. The so-called, whatever you want to call it. White lie, little fibs. The angel on my other shoulder, whatever you want to call it. But I think that spirit could be saying, this is a time for you to move slowly, to think about response, but to maybe watch for either opportunities of your own that are not normal or usual, or maybe to watch for where others may be trying to steal in too, because the Seven of Swords could have that possibility that maybe, somebody's looking at you and wondering if they can shape you up as a mark of some sort. Maybe? No?
I would say he nailed this one, but you need to do the Lenormand, which is why I pushed them.
Nail. That's such a
Remember,
harsh
I'm trying
word.
to keep you on track.
Of course, they are two sets of swords there. I know, but I just suddenly fell in love with myself and I want to keep talking.
Oh, hey, it's okay, Violet. I can barely keep up with the chatter. Who's saying we're such nice people? How could there be problems?
You take that back. You take that back.
We have problems like everybody else, trust me.
Okay, Libra, I'm trying to stay focused and not totally hilarious here, but our first card was the polar bear, and then, oh my God, this is almost like what I just said, and then the child, because the child is about those baby steps, which is what we were talking about, slow.
And you know what this is saying to me is that you are, this is leading you to some small steps you need to take to feel more empowered again, more personally empowered. What do you think?
I was looking at the chat, so I kind of got lost here. But I sort of feel like it combines slightly, because this empowerment, sort of suggests, the idea of the she-bear, the mama bear, who will do anything necessary for her baby cubs. And I didn't want to say that, but in a way, the Seven of Swords sort of represents that idea, too, of having to go to maybe some necessary lengths.
Sure, Mama T.
So the angels, the spirits are saying, watch for these opportunities, because these may be things you need to happen in order to really forge ahead with a particular goals or things you're about right now. I mean, you may not know what this means yet, but it's something.
It is. All right, so let's move on. But yes, I knew on here, but we can duke it out on here sometimes too, Aaliyah, you are up, and then Asel,
You're welcome.
Jackie, Marcia, Lena, Divine You, Violet Lotus, Yvette, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina, Austin, Snelly, Mr. Maurice, and Kara. I'm digging my deck out. Jeez, it's in the dark. All right.
I know what's happening. I didn't have enough for lunch and I'm getting hypoglycemic. So I'm going to get real giddy and stuff.
Oh, boy. It's this time of year, too. I bet they're pretty busy as well. So, let's ask a yes or no on that.
Oh, no. Yeah, really. Let's do the straight up yes or no.
I think so. All right.
depending on time of day or situation, it could be like nausea in a sense, but more likely it's just sort of a lightheadedness, and at its worst, it could be shaky hands, like I get a little shaky, and then I just got to really find something, almost anything, and put it into my mouth. More sugar, the better. But I'm not a diabetic, but a lot of people in my family are diabetic, so I guess I'm on that spectrum, that range there.
Uh-oh. All right, let's see where this is going. Well, it's leaning towards yes, but there are some issues here. Let's take a look.
Yeah, a little bit.
So we did get the Ace of Wands first, which is just a placeholder for the yes, and then we got the other Ace, the Ace of Swords. So this is leaning towards yes, but that card in the middle concerns me a little bit. It's a Two of Swords, which kind of indicates a
reversed.
A Two of Cups, reversed. And it's kind of indicative of a disruption of some sort between people. And so I don't know if there's just a misconnection right now, but obviously it is making people feel upset or abandoned in some way.
Right. It definitely speaks to the idea of a harmony that is lacking, or a sense of trust that is failing, or literally a bond that is breaking. So this could be saying that, maybe if we were looking for an actual mundane reason, maybe for some reason he's being separated from the process by the university. I'm not sure what that would really mean.
Yeah.
Like, was he fired for some reason?
I don't know if that's it, but
I'm just grasping at a straw there. But it sort of suggests the idea that there's something untethered there in terms of you guys' relationship with him. I see.
look, it's him.
He's a
It's
drip.
the professor. I don't know if it's male or female, but there's a snowman and there's a stork. So I don't know if this means that some changes have happened or something that he's dealing with right now, or if this means the situation will change soon and he will be in touch, because that is the card of like new beginning or a change, a birth of something, and there he is. So maybe something has just gotten in the way right now and he just hasn't. It's not right. I understand that, but it's possible that he's dealing with something else right now, or very soon this might turn around to your benefit.
But isn't that what I said over here? That maybe something he's being unmoored from that
It might
reality.
be.
I mean, it could be something more light that's not
I
permanent.
don't know that, at the end of a semester that they would remove him from his class. Okay?
Well, maybe there's
So,
some reason why
just
it happened,
saying.
though. Yeah.
But
But
I
that's
feel that
interesting.
there might be something that is interfering in some way. Whether it's university related or just his workload, it's hard to say. All right.
So that's what we have.
Good luck with that, Aaliyah. But I think something will happen.
Yeah, it sounds like that, just other than
Hang in there.
what we saw there with that reverse, too.
It definitely isn't making things happy. Two of Cups reverse just shows, you and your partner's unhappiness with this, your fellow classmate. Hey, Acel, you are up, and after Acel is Jackie, Marcia, Lena, Divine You, Violet Lotus, Yvette, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina, Austin, Sonali, Mr. Maurice, and Kara.
And Jackie wrote us something, so I see it there. So we can refer back to it.
Okay.
For when it's her turn, she said.
All right.
Okay, so Acel.
Yep, waiting for Acel.
So I'm going to mention, too, that you did a pretty good job with today's Material Matters, Banshee.
Aw,
So kudos on that.
It was a bit challenging
And-
for some of the signs
Yeah,
this
but it was
week.
pretty succinct, and so people can check that out. That was on our YouTube channel earlier today. And, of course, we'll be back Thursday night, 7 to 9 p.m. There will be another happy hour this week, next Saturday. And I'm not working, am I? So it will be at 10 a.m.
I was going to ask you your schedule.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure, yep. So
Good.
there you
Awesome.
have it.
Okay, calling for Acel again. I know that some people, we've gone through this before, have a little bit of a delay, and that's why we take our time a little bit here to give
Maybe
people
use
a
some
chance.
announcements or something like that.
But we may have to move on, and we'll try to fit a cell back in if I don't hear from a cell right now.
And I'm going to be changing my cards that I use in Goth Tarot, so you may want to check that out maybe in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be using some new decks and coming up with some new ideas for exploring the shadow side of life. So there'll probably be another announcement when I'm really going into that for sure.
Okay, we're going to fit a cell in as we go. I have not heard from them. So it is Jackie's turn.
All right, so let's take a look at that question. It was about something she senses around her. I sense someone around me a lot, so any message from guides or spirit would be great.
All right.
Okay, so this is my deck. Okay, so I'm going to use the Crawley Thoth. And of course I have to remove the extra 2 magician cards. They give you 3 magician cards for some reason, so I guess you can swap one out. But I always have to remember to do that so that we don't have 3 magicians. That would be funny if all 3 came up in a reading.
Well, there might be some special significance to that.
Well, it would be an amazing statistical feat.
Well, stranger things have happened.
True.
Just like that lottery thing I told you about today. Crazy.
Yes.
Somebody won twice on Lucky for Life because they forgot they played their number, and so they played it a second time, and of course it came out. So they won the secondary drawing, which I think is, say, no small booby prize, $25,000 a year for life. That's not bad. So I would take it. But at any rate, that was kind of fluky.
Well, my 3 siblings and both my parents have been diabetic. I'm the only one that has never gone full diabetic, but I've been close. I think I've been that pre-diabetic. And as long as I can keep my weight down a little bit, I'm probably going to do better. In our family, we tend to gain weight. I'm sort of like somebody in the family that doesn't gain as much weight, so maybe. But, it gets harder the older you get. I admit I'm never going to see my high school weight again.
Are you bragging again?
If I was bragging, I would say I'm almost down to my high school weight again.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that. Lip service. Okay, so there's a reversed Princess of Swords, an upright Queen of Swords.
Oh, interesting.
I know. And then another queen, the Queen of Discs, and she's reversed. So that's kind of fascinating.
So we have a page, what is that?
A princess who is the page, right.
The Page of Swords and then the Queen of Discs are reversed. But the Queen of Swords is upright.
The Queen of Swords is upright, the Queen of Discs is reversed. So is there somebody around, or what is the idea of some essence?
People. Yeah, this is really interesting because you said you felt people around you. And that's all we got was court cards.
Well, here's what they actually say. I sense someone around me a lot, so any message from guides or spirit would be great.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Look at it, she got all people, which I think is really interesting, Jackie. But I think what might be the message from spirit here is that, you have to make choices now. I feel like this is decision time. A Queen of Swords there, is really the one that's holding court over these two. And I feel as though the page of Swords is indicating that maybe you've missed some opportunities in the past, and now is the time to make sure that doesn't happen again. In other words, maybe you procrastinated a little bit and you didn't, move as fast as you should have. You were indecisive or, just unable to figure out a way forward. And therefore, there's loss associated with that. Lost opportunities, possibly lost money. And so now is the time to realize that, you have to be swifter, a little bit faster in making these decisions and moving forward. I think that's a message from me from Spirit.
Okay, I'm not saying it's exactly about that, but I do feel that Page of Swords reversed also is suggesting to me that now's the time to really watch what you say, watch what your words are and what your actions are. You may be being judged by people. People may be looking for reasons to pick at you. So you may want to watch that. But you are also in this position of being able to make certain decisions. So I'm wondering if this is really those who don't favor you having that ability, people who maybe fear like you're going to decide things against them. And so they're wanting to find something to pick apart about you. And then I think with the Queen of Discs reversed, this is also saying too that there are other things you have to mind, that you have to take care of, including yourself, but also some other things too that I think that, you know, whatever you're working on producing or creating, your projects or things, you know, there may be some details there to also be looking at. I think Spirit is telling you to focus on yourself and not necessarily focus on those who are your detractors.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to stick with my where I'm going with this, Jackie, and maybe both of us are right, really, but I feel like the Queen of Swords is saying this is a time to stop procrastinating and cut out the things that are non-essential right now. You know, with the Queen of Discs here reversed, maybe this idea is that you're sweating the small points too much. You know, the minor details are stalling you. You're letting little things get in the way of progressing forward. And I just have this feeling about that.
Well, I think we were also straying a little bit from Jackie's sense that maybe there's a spiritual presence around her at this time.
Oh, well, I feel that, okay.
So I think we addressed some of that in terms of a message possibly or an orientation. But I decided to just look at the bottom card of the deck. I know Banshee trembles. And of course, I pulled the Devil reversed. And of course, the Devil upright represents corporeal forces, earthly forces. So the Devil reversed could be talking about spiritual forces. So I'm just saying that maybe there is a sense. Oh, hi, son, man.
Why did you let him through?
I didn't let him through.
Now.
Please go lay down somewhere by her.
You.
So I think it's possible that there is forces or presences. I don't know that they're
yes, Sonny
evil
had
like
to
the devil.
moon the audience.
But it's just that I think they have those ideas that we've already expressed for you.
Gee, I haven't even done the Lenormand left. It would have been nice to have those cards up.
Isn't it for me to do?
So at any rate, I had a thought to say too, but I forgot.
Why are you getting testy with me?
I forgot what it was totally. As Mr. O pontificated. What do you got there?
I'm pulling the cards that you need so badly.
Leave it be. I remember what they were. So we have the reindeer, and then we have the bouquet. That's actually the bouquet in this deck. So, you know, I think news of a gift is coming to you. You know, I think what you could say here, Jackie, is that I feel as though if you feel there's a presence around you right now, that maybe this Lenormand speaks to it, you know, more than those three cards do to me. I feel like maybe the three cards to me was the message, but the Lenormand is saying that this is a gift to you. They're telling you this as, you know, something that can really help you and move you forward. I think there's a likelihood that whatever you're feeling around you right now is a pretty positive presence.
What is the reindeer?
That's the rider. It's number one, isn't it?
So, and the gift. Okay, so I think it's true. I don't think there's something wrong about the spiritual presence. I think there's an idea that there's just a lot of messages resonating towards you, and some of them are giving you ideas about, you know, decisions you may have to make, but not to disinclude some other factors which we mentioned.
That's what we have for you.
That's what we have for you.
All right, so Asel, did you pop back in? Asel, if you are here, speak now. Because the next person on the list I have is Marcia. And then Lena, Divine You, Violet Lotus, Yvette, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina, Austin Snelly, Mr. Maurice, and Kara.
Sunny.
Sunny is the star. Make no mistake about it.
Ah! He's so annoying.
Oh my goodness. And we do have 3 cats, but this is the only one you'll likely see the most of because he's just got to be here.
Well, in my blog post, they saw Shadow. Somebody made a comment about Shadow.
All right, Estelle has not responded, but Marcia's got the question, so we're going to go with that. Hey, Estelle, if you do come back in, just type your question and we'll fit you in. All right, so Marcia, how does my coworker? Okay.
Is it your deck, right?
Okay, let's do a general 3 on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking about what to do.
And we could just have Sunny Cam all day and everybody would be happy.
Well, yeah, that would make a happy hour. Sunny's happy hour, we could call it. Happy hour with the Sun Man.
So we're not going to ruin the legend of Sunny by talking about anything else.
Yeah, that's right. Think he's a happy-go-lucky guy instead of a bully to some of the other cats sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
a little bit. In his way to get the spotlight, he has to push the other 2 out of the way.
Right? You know I'm talking about you. Here you go.
We need to find an artist or somebody who can draw a picture of us and him in the strength picture, and both of us together can hold or pull his mouth apart.
I think that would be Shadow, actually.
Well, yeah, she's
the toughie.
She's the barbarian.
Yeah, we've done that. We actually did that. That's how we got one of the cuts we used for one of our trailers. Sunny did that, and actually Shadow did too. Was it Shadow or Sassy? Shadow did, which surprised me. I think Sassy was the one that was kind of like not that into it.
Oh, the picking at the cards?
Yeah.
I'll try to find that and play that again.
All right, here's the Chariot upright. You want to grab that? Thank you. Wow, it's the Queen of Wands. Holy moly. It's the Ten of Cups reversed. Okay, so I just want to look at this again. Best friends. Somehow I've sensed bad feelings. There may be, I don't know.
I get the feeling that there is something going on there. I sort of feel that they're ambitious. That's the Chariot and the Queen of Wands.
And the Queen of Wands. She likes to be the center of attention, or am I wrong about this, Marcia? It looks as though she likes, but it's, for the most part,
well, she presents
fairly
us a friendly
positive.
person, or she presents
She's
us a
very
real friendly person.
Open, but she's driven, she's driven to succeed or to stand out in some way. And the Ten of Cups does indicate there may be some issues. I mean, because you asked specifically about feelings. She may be harboring some type of resentments that she's just not talking about. Maybe it's time to get to the bottom of it.
Right. It's hard to say, really, if it involves you and for what reason. I mean, maybe...
it could be something else in her life that's just...
right. I'm more inclined to think that maybe she has some unhappiness around her. So, this is how she enacts, maybe, is just trying to be real friendly and indispensable to people. So she may not be totally bad person to know, but you may be put upon at some point.
Yeah, so we're doing what we can for you, but we just type your question and we'll put you in right after this reading. But type your question now because you move away a lot and we can't always contact you when we need to. All right.
Okay, that's interesting, Marcia. Thank you.
Let's see
I think we kind
on.
of got her character. So let's see what the Lenormand gives us.
Yeah, I want to see what else we get here. again, it's interesting. We've got the anchor. And we have the moon. So I feel she's really focusing on her own success right now. She's really kind of anchored to that. I mean, tied to working that out right now. So it's possible that she just doesn't recognize, that she's slighting you in any way. She's got herself focused on other things. Also, it could be a relationship. It's possible. I don't know if she's having problems in a relationship right now.
Yes, that Ten of Cups then does talk about that. That's exactly what that means. It does talk about that.
She might be focusing on that. This whole thing here might be she's anchored on what is causing her difficulties right now. And sometimes, there's fallout and it spills out, into other areas of people's life unintentionally. So don't write this person off yet, but maybe you want to talk to them about it.
I think it's still overall possible that she doesn't have too many bad implications for you, but she is kind of driven, so I don't think her health is going to prevent her from trying to move ahead in the job areas or things like that. Mostly, I think she's just somebody that you just need to kind of know how to operate with her, but I wouldn't get, tremendously involved with her, or you could just try to, pretend. Sometimes you have to pretend people are your friends. I had to do that for a number of years at my last place.
Yeah, I sense the difficulties here, and I just say, just remind her, that you support her, and you just want to know if anything is wrong. I think sometimes just clearing the air could do a lot, and but also, of course, it's the way we approach people, do it with non-confrontational intent, and I think you should be okay, because she just seems like a really good person, I think, overall.
Right. She probably is able to separate a lot of her personal life for the effect of the job that she does there. So, maybe she's looking for a friend she can share with, and you have to decide for yourself, how much of that you want to get involved in.
All right. I'll leave those for you. So that's what we have for you, Marcia. Good luck with that. Lena, Asel, I didn't see you type your question. You need to type it right now. You are up now. We have a big list today. So we will fit Asel in if they have their question ready. And then Lena, Divine You, Violet Lotus, Yvette, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina, Austin, Sonali, Mr. Maurice, and Kara. Okay, Asal, go for it.
You're welcome, Marcia.
And you are welcome, Marcia, as always. Any announcements while we're waiting for the question?
I can't think of anything. I did some announcements earlier,
We did do
so
a
I would
lot
just
of announcing.
repeat them.
I was trying to think if there is anything else. There are some blog posts that will be coming out, too.
Yeah, we write blog posts more often now. We're getting a little better at that, so that's pretty cool.
Mostly been reviews on my part, but also I'm going to give a health update. I've been doing that on occasion. And it is my year anniversary of my first inkling that something was wrong with my health, and I want to talk about it a little bit in context of where I was and where I am now, and some of my thoughts about the process in general. So I will be doing that, and as a personal kind of blog post. And there's a few ideas I have on tarot cards in general. I want to do something about spread design, and I also want to do something about why I collect decks and use so many decks.
Okay,
What's
were
my
we
rationale?
telling Lena to type hers in too? Because
Yeah.
we have them both now.
That is fine.
Okay.
Keep your questions up there,
Who
and
are we
we will
going
take
with?
a cell right now.
Okay, and
go
Lena
to
will be right
Lena
after that.
Right after.
Okay, so is it my deck or yours?
It's yours. I just
Is
used
it?
mine.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't know how you don't remember.
Alrighty. Asel, what message do your guides have for you? I'm going to use my Cat People Tarot.
Hey,
And yeah, I
stay-
need to get
stay out
a
of your
barrier
way.
for this guy. You're so bad. That's what I need that for. That thing. Okay, but it's on that side.
Well, I got to branch out a little bit, but the health issue is interesting to me. Oh, Hey! Hey!
He waited till I turned my head.
Of course, and you... He's
Well, I have
so
to turn my
used
head
to
once in
you.
a while.
He knows but I, of course, just...
He sees me when I'm sleeping. He knows when I'm awake. Oh my gosh. Bad
Over
Sonny.
here, right now. Right now.
You've totally destroyed the set.
Well, that hasn't happened in a while, huh? We'll never forget the time in the early days when Sonny took down the lights and everything. Oh my gosh. We had a little bit of a cat brawl on our hands and everything went down.
It's not funny. Stop laughing at us. Oh my goodness.
Is everything all right? No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I'm just looking for something to keep him away.
You know, only vigilance will do that. Oh, right. Yeah, right. Okay, I see tragedy happening all over again.
Do you want to explain?
No. He's tried to put up a barrier, and I think it's going to fail. All right. Well, anyway.
You cannot pass.
A cell is up. Let's move, Mr. O.
King of Wands.
Oh, catnip. That'll do it. Oh,
Queen
no.
of Swords.
Oh,
reversed.
There's Queen of Swords again. Okay.
And the Four of Cups.
Okay, so this was a message from guides, right? Or spirit? Yeah, guides have for you. Well, so that's a King of Wands?
It is.
That is awesome. You know, I think your guides are trying to tell you, Asel, this is a really good time for you, especially in business matters. This is a time for you to really excel here and show and do your best, show your best side of yourself. The Queen of Swords reversed, I think, is falling into that Four of Cups here. There may be opportunities coming your way, but it's kind of like, even though it shows that this is a good time for you as far as business affairs go, you're kind of not moving on any opportunities that are coming your way. Maybe you're just not seeing them yet. Maybe they haven't happened yet. But I think your guides are trying to tell you to awaken, to look more at the things that are out there for you right now. And don't shrug them off. This is a time to start taking more of them seriously.
Well, I'm combining these two cards, and I'm thinking the guards are the guardians are saying that maybe they feel you're being too discriminatory, you're being too precise about what you want. That's kind of this thing with the Queen of Swords reversed.
Yeah.
And combining that with the Four of Cups, it sort of like creates a reluctance or hesitation. And so the guide is saying there's some good business opportunities that await you. You can't be really mostly expecting something to be 110% perfect that you want. You might have to be willing to accept a little bit less than what your vision is.
Perfect. No, really, because I do think we were both onto that. That
Yeah.
the Queen of Swords is, is like that. You either are not making a decision, procrastinating, or, as he put it, it could very well be that you're just, nitpicking on it and not really, being too picky. I like that.
Yeah. Too discriminatory.
Too discriminatory. And, I think that there's opportunities here, that if maybe you chose one of these opportunities, it may not be the most ideal for you at this time, but it may lead to something even better. Oh, look at that.
Oh. Polar bear
Okay.
and partridge are your Lenormand.
It's really interesting because, of course, the partridge is the birds in the Lenormand, and the polar bear is about either financial stability or personal empowerment. And I'm looking at the birds, and the birds is about networking and communication. The guides are saying it's time to show people what you have to offer. It's time to get out there, and that actually by doing this, it'll be a very empowering experience for you and may lead to something that will bring you a little bit more financial stability in your life.
You know, one of the things I didn't draw together was the idea of the King of the Wands, because he is really kind of like this network builder, or this person who's creating a network or working with a network of people. And so this kind of strengthens that idea to me too, that this is saying that when you're working with a team, sometimes it becomes a gestalt. And so it's not exactly the kind of thing that you can have this total control over. You kind of have to work with all of the moving parts. And I don't know if that exactly applies. That might apply more theoretically to in terms of ideas, less than practical team members. But I think it's that idea that sometimes you have to see it as a bigger picture and realize what needs to get done.
You know what else I see here at Sal is that basically you were talking about what message they have for you. And of course, that is about messages and communication and connectivity. And so I feel here their message for you is to do, is to now work on your self-empowerment. Believe in yourself. Trust yourself that you can make an impact out there on someone who will give you an opportunity that will be hard to pass up,
And everybody else is pretty much in that boat too. They have to work on themselves.
That's what we have for you, and so good luck with that.
So good luck, and
thanks
thank you.
for popping back. I'm glad we got you in there. Lena, you wanted love or money or both. We'll see what comes up for you. After
right.
Lena is Divine You, Violet, Lotus, Yvette, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina, Austin, Snelly, Mr. Maurice, and Kara. All right, Mr. O, your deck, I believe, right?
No, I just used my deck.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, that's right. I brought this one out. Sorry.
You're very welcome, and love to you as well, Estelle. Thank you.
Thank you, Estelle. You are welcome. Okay, Lena wanted love and money, so I'm going to shuffle. Well, why don't you shuffle first this time?
All right. All right. Thank you, Lena.
Again, I'll cut for you. For 2022, okay. Do we want to do 2 and 2 on that?
Sure.
Okay. So one side will be love, one side will be money. Let's see what we get. Ooh. Well, wait. That's right. We're doing 2 and 2.
Right.
Holy moly here. Okay. Well, we'll cross this bridge when we come to it. All right. So for money, we have the Queen of Pentacles upright. I actually thought of money first. I know you mentioned love and money, but really in my head when I laid these cards down, I thought of money first. So
I'm glad you did.
I know, but I'm not so sure because of the way this turned out. But look, you have the lovers here for love, but then we also have, the Knight of Wands reversed, which isn't the perfect card for that. So let's talk about this. Let's break it down for you. I feel like in money this year, things are going to start happening for you. I feel like you might come across a job or some situation that makes you finally, achieve some comfort level. And I feel like this is going to be very, very growthful for you. A very positive experience. It could involve somebody who presents you with that opportunity, or this just indicates that this is going to be something that's going to be really growthful for you.
Well, I think I agree with all of that. I think it's something that maybe will allow you to work within a team structure of sorts, or at least a partnership of sorts. I also think, too, that the emphasis may be on where you can be creative or productive in the manner of that business.
I love this deck too. It's a lot of fun.
It's very cute,
It's very,
yeah.
very cool. Someday I'll probably have a theme of all my silly or whimsical decks, and we'll be bringing those out. For love, what do I see? I see the Lovers, which clearly to me, Lena, indicates that it's possible you may have more than one choice this year. There may be things opening up for you. There may be, more than one person coming into your life. But I do feel that not all of it is necessarily going to be positive. There's this Knight of Wands here, which could indicate, this could indicate somebody who just is not working out for you, could be argumentative, just does not feel like the kind of person you want to spend your time with. But what this could also mean to me is that it just seems like things are off to a slow start with the maybe that somebody wants to move too fast for you. That's what I wanted to say in the year of head, and you're going to want to slow things down.
Okay, the word I got was friction.
Ooh,
so I sort of feel like this is
that.
a person that maybe irritates easy, or that will always sort of be oppositional.
Somebody
sometimes
who's pushy.
We can tell you that, Mr. Maurice.
Yeah, in just a moment, Mr. You will be second from the last on the list, Mr. Maurice, if you have to come back. And if you want to type a question, you could do that.
Yeah, we can scroll to find it. Mm-hmm. So, that's still a number of people in front of you. We're really busy here.
Yep, but we're moving. We're trying. So, all right. So, I'm going to do the Lenormand.
Abrasive,
Abrasive
is a good word, too. You're right. An abrasive individual, yep.
I'm just going to have to say right now, I drew these for the money. That's the Clover card, and the Gingerbread, which is the Park. Yes. So I think that this job is going to come to you in a very synchronistic way. You just, Lena, happen to be at the right place at the right time, where maybe you're at some social gathering or some place where you meet someone who is going to refer you or tell you about this opportunity. But this looks very, very positive. Like something is just going to happen out of the blue that you connect up with this. Maybe you find it through social media or some type of connections that you have. But it seems very, very positive. Go ahead, Mr.
I can't disagree with that, because for the most part, it just looks like you're going to fare better with your job search or your job, situation than maybe, things on the romantic side.
Okay. So for the other side, we have the Rider, which is the reindeer, and the Scythe again. And it's interesting to me, again, the Scythe is not facing the Rider, but I do feel as though, there may be some moves you make this year to cut people out of your life in the relationship department. In other words, I think what's going to happen is you may have choices this year, but you're finally going to say, you know what? I need to cut people out of my life that are not, really in my best interests.
In some ways, I sort of feel that this pertains mostly to this abrasive, friction-y kind of character. But in general, it is what Banshee says. It just may be that you'll be driven to that idea that as you become known to be, looking at romantic prospects, you may meet some people who you realize you won't really want to extend some of those courtesies to. So you'll have to just mostly, be reserved how you do that.
So two things. You are either going to tell people, this person, this abrasive person, the relationship is over, give them that news. Because the Rider is about news or it's about movement. So I see you cutting back and cutting out people who are not good for you and making that move, giving the bad news, actually, saying, nope, I think we need to cut this off.
Hey, Jackie, don't discount it. I didn't know how to read Lenormand before we started doing this. I only had some vague awareness of it. So she forced me into it. I think I do pretty good with it. She's still the master.
The
Okay.
Lenormand reminds me of reading with a regular deck of playing cards. They're very gypsy kind
Yeah.
of style of reading, and I've just found a way to work with it with the tarot. But I don't know. It's really its own standalone tool, and I like using it on its own as well for my own personal readings and reading for others. We do offer some straight Lenormand readings on our website, so that is also an option. Okay, so we are finished with Lena. Good luck, Lena, in the year ahead. Sounds like things are going to be opening up on both ends. It looks a little bit more successful
Yeah,
on the money end.
more on the job thing.
Yeah. So, Divine you are up, and then Violet Lotus, Yvette, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina, Austin, Snelly, Mr. Maurice, and Kara. And we're going to cut it off with Kara today. If anybody else comes in the room, we just got to say no.
You got Vanita?
Vanita, when did Vanita come? Nah. Messages retracted, though.
Oh, okay.
When did Vanita come?
While we were doing one of the last two.
Vanita, I'll add you to the list if you're still here. Just hang in there with us, and that's
You may
it.
be our last one
That
today.
is it. Mr. O, do not find anybody else.
Oh, so now you want me to stand up? Usually you're quite okay with being
hey.
that person. So yes, Vanita, if you're here, we'll still take you. You can either repost your question or just wait a little bit until we call for you.
Yep.
I think eventually
It's a
Banshee wants
process.
to do
There's
some
good,
things.
There's some really, really excellent books
Materials.
and resources out there. Some are pretty big, but I'll tell you what. I found a couple of smaller ones that are they were really, really good resources for me. So, you might want to look up a couple of books. Books are not a bad thing. They ground you, they focus you. Just don't rely on them. Eventually, you let yourself go and you let your intuition intercede as well. And you do fine.
Thanks for the question, Divine. And just for everyone's information, a lot of times eclipses do seem to happen within that moon cycle. It seems like it's part of that orientation in their orbit. And then, they phase out of that. And then, but they almost always do seem to occur back to back, a new moon, a full moon kind of thing, solar, a lunar. I'm not the greatest person, but I know that some eclipses definitely play with our energies or, have other kinds of effects. For people who do certain kinds of energy work or magical work, some eclipses may not be the best idea for them, and some may.
All right, let's see what we've got for Divine on this. Interesting question.
Yeah, it's an interesting question.
All right, so we have the Hierophant reversed. Kind of interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
My favorite card. My card.
The Hermit.
Upright.
And the Six of
Wow,
Swords.
this is such a message for you, Divine. I really feel this reading for you right now. And, because, from things that have been coming up recently for you. So the Hermit is absolutely a card of going within. This is a time to really dive deep and keep doing that inner work that you need to do and seek out messages from the divine right now. The Grand Master reversed here, the Hierophant, indicates that this is a time to truly embrace the unorthodox, the extraordinary, the unusual ways of thinking outside the box. This is true. And look here, you've got the Six of Swords, and usually the Six of Swords is about, taking this boat ride away from troubles to new terrain. But here is certainly an out-of-the-box Six of Swords card. We have them on a hang glider. So what this is saying is now is the time to really find the, you've been concerned about things in your life and not feeling fulfilled, or there's this unhappiness or these lingering uneasy feelings, now is the time to really kind of try to come up with some orthodox methods of moving beyond it to better times now, to times that, will make you feel more content, secure, and at peace.
I think Banshee really nails it. I could only mostly repeat a lot of what she said. I think that the Hermit is you, as I know you, and I think that means that therefore you're very capable of this. I think the dive in is one thing, but I think also the ability to maybe embrace something that you normally wouldn't embrace. So you may think of yourself as a conventional personality or as an unconventional personality, or wherever you are on that range. This may be telling you to really embrace the opposite, or to at least consider looking at the opposite of what you are or how you operate or things like that. It may be saying that the synchronicities or meanings you're looking for in things is in somewhere in the Mobius loop. And this is like infinity, but it's also the idea too that there's an opposite part here. So I think it's really talking about the idea that somehow this diving in deep really will be embracing you, calling you to really be different.
I forgot it's your turn. So.
And that's also where the Six of Swords comes in too, I think.
Yep.
Because I think it's really the idea about going away from what was more normal from you. Only you can figure out what that really is. I don't think we can help you with that. We're just here to try to, reinforce the idea.
Yeah, right. Think about this, and what it means for you. And let's see what the Lenormand can add. I'm curious about this. That's news. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, how do I even... So the fox is very crafty. The fox can be crafty in a good, positive way. They can be sneaky for sure, and they can be sly, and they can be, they can use that energy for bad purposes. But I feel here that the message is to be crafty in how you initiate change in your life and how you communicate to the universe about what you're feeling. I feel like, what you're communicating out to the universe right now might be coming back to you. You've been feeling a lot of uncertainty and confusion, and I think it's popping back. So now is the time to really put out a more positive vibe, or a more unorthodox way of dialoguing with spirit about what's going on and what you want. In other words, instead of dwelling on the confusion or the chaos around you right now, or whatever the case may be, it's about talking about the more positive things and the elements you feel you need in your life right now. And I think that will start coming back to you.
I think this is also talking about your relationship with your work, and I realize that you're a very balanced person. You're very mystical. You're very drawn to all these esoteric concepts yourself, and yet you also, like any of us, have to also work in the real world too. And so I'm thinking that maybe a part of what this whole idea about looking beyond, looking within, looking deeper than you have, is also about embracing that dichotomy for yourself too. The idea that you are a spirit in the material world, as the saying goes. And so maybe there is a message in there for you, one that we can't necessarily, tell you what that is.
The final thing I'll just add is I see a correlation here between the fox and this. In other words, this crafty, unorthodox thinking. It's time for you to really shake things up. I think that's what it's saying, and it's a wise maneuver to do that. And I think that is the message being communicated to you right now, that you have the ability to move yourself. Remember, in that boat, generally, not always, but there's usually somebody steering the person to their destiny, to that distant shore. Here, the person's doing it themselves.
And that's why it's called the Karma Music Tarot, because I think sometimes what these cards suggest is that these things that look like archetypes that are teachers or essences for you, guiding you, really are saying, in the end, you have to guide yourself. It's the Hermit.
Hey, that's what we have for you, Divine You. Wow, intense reading there. Good reading. Violet Lotus, you
Best
are
wishes.
up. And then Yvette, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina Austin, Sinelli, Mr. Maurice, Kara, and Vanita.
And you know she wants those mystical medleys.
You got it.
And I know I don't know how to tell you how to do that. I sort of feel that's something you have to find for yourself, how to really shake it up. But I wish you all the luck. And of course, feel free to ask us anytime what we think about all this.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I know I have some spreads out there that delve into more spiritual insights and where to go, how to kind of channel things, but I would have to really look into it. That would be more of a private reading, Divine You, for purchase. And I want to make sure that would be right for you. So, but maybe someday we could talk about that. May have some readings that might help, but you know, if I'm going to have somebody pay for something, I want to make sure it's really going to work for you. That's one thing that on my website we do have some self-examination spreads that get into, you know, life purpose and spirituality and things like that. They're more, you know, they're very focused on those areas. All right.
Just remind everybody that
Excuse
we
me.
will be back Thursday night too, and of course we're getting through our thing tonight. So everybody, thank you for hanging on. We're just going to keep working. We're going to get everybody through Vanita, we think, whether Vanita shows up
Hang
again or
in
not.
there with us, everybody. We'll do it. All right, Mr. O, I like the question. I think we'll throw 3 cards. If we need to do a yes, no, we will. But let's see what we get. I think I might be able to tell that in one reading, but we'll see what the cards do with that. And Mr. Sunman has gone into the cat tree happily.
For a minute, I thought he was going to position himself so he could really dive bomb.
Don't
He's right up over
it.
here behind
Don't
me where I'm
say
pointing.
it.
No, he fell out. He's asleep.
This is really interesting, Violet Lotus.
Oh my.
Boy, we don't start off very happy. We got the Wheel of Fortune reversed there. But then look what immediately follows it.
Peace in our time.
6 of Wands upright, which is victory. And we have the Star reversed. So, I feel like this is obviously almost talking about what you just said. This is really silly. But let's face it here. You said you've encountered some victories. You got some things under control here, you know, and you feel as though, you know, things have improved a little bit. So that's the victory. But what's surrounding it? You're still not really optimistic, are you? You know, that you can devote enough time and attention. And maybe the eclipse right now is playing with this a little bit. You know, sometimes positive things come out of an eclipse and sometimes negative. And right now, maybe there's a little bit of a, you know, with the holidays coming and all of that pressure from the mundane world, there's obviously things that are going to be competing again for your, vying for your attention.
Yeah, it looks like the mundane issues of last week more or less achieved well. I'm really comical about this person's look of disdain or something, and
Well,
that's
it's
kind of
kind
cute.
of a pride. It is
a
almost
pride.
a smug pride.
And so that
say.
sort of makes me feel like it's saying, though, that there are these other things that are not quite as clearly resolved for you. And maybe that's what the eclipse is telling you, is that there's still a lot of instability going on, although
some of it's out of your control.
when
it's
out of
the Wheel of Fortune reversed.
But it may be spinning towards the idea of a fate that you need to figure out if you can control. It may be spinning this way towards something that you won't want to happen, or that you should be careful about. And so you're still going to have to try to figure out where your victory can lead you with that.
I feel the star reversed here is also saying, you know, that this likely will discourage you again, and, you know, kind of throw in that little pessimism, but don't let it bring you down. Don't let it stop you from the ultimate goal here. You know, because you have made progress, you can work your way through these things, but recognize that sometimes fate has other ideas for you, and little things, little monkey wrenches, you know, come into the equation here. So let's see what the Lenormand has to say about this. I like that star. I think the star is adorable. And I have to say, the Mystic Palette, when it's available for commercial use, those of you who like Ciro Marchetti will not be disappointed. It's different a little bit for him, but it's beautiful. I mean, some of the cards in there really grab me right away. And there's a real emphasis on the astrological, I think, associations on each cards too. I feel that. You make sure you see the symbols there. You're going to like this one, Violet Lotus. Uh-oh, it's the whip along with the snow lady. You know what? You know what, Violet Lotus? Sometimes you have to be tough. Don't be overly tough, though. Now, I am concerned here because the whip can show a little bit of aggression and force, but it is saying here, you know, if you really need to you know, keep your time to yourself, keep things going at the rate that they are going, you may have to put your foot down from time to time. And also, you may have to crack the whip a little bit on yourself, too. Basically, in saying that, you know, yeah, sometimes I can just kind of get a little bit, what's the word I'm trying to, lethargic, you know, and lazy about it. And, you know, at this time of year when so many things are competing for your interest, you're really going to have to make that effort to crack the whip on yourself and make sure you make the time for the things that you really want to accomplish spiritually. So it's a wake-up call on both ends. You'll have to kind of keep people in line, but also make sure you're keeping yourself in line, too.
Thank you, Banshee. And this makes me say, don't make me get that whip out on you. But and I had a grandmother like that. I'll just have to say that my grandma was kind of easy with the switch. Anyways,
that's also, what we see for you. Well, go ahead.
Well,
oh, did you not finish yet?
I just barely got to start.
Go on.
My goodness.
Proceed.
Okay. So to me, I think there's a message here too, which is saying that with this topsy-turvy stuff here, it may become very possible that some changes or things that you can do to avert that will just be really quick opportunities. If you don't catch them, you won't be able to do it, but that's your best way of doing that, is seize the opportunities to make the changes quickly, because they may change quickly too. That is all.
All right, good advice there. That's what we have for you. Did you just toss my cards down?
Yes, I did.
All right. So, hey, guess what? Mama Yvette, you are up.
Yvette.
Thanks for hanging with us today. Appreciate that. And then Mama T, Angel Rivera, Gina, Austin, Sinelli, Mr. Maurice, Kara, and Vanita.
Woohoo. Okay.
Good positive news come to me this month about money. All right, your deck.
Alrighty.
Let's do 3 cards and see what we get first.
Sure. I'm going to use my Crowley Thoth deck.
Okay.
3 cards, you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah, instead of the yes, no, I want to get more substance.
Yes. Hi, Mama T.
Hey, Mama T, you will be next after Yvette.
You're welcome, Violet Lotus.
And I know you wanted a message from your guides, I believe, unless you want to change that. You are welcome. You are welcome, Violet Lotus.
Good positive news come to me this month about money. You're very welcome.
I had a funny, sad lottery story to tell Mr. O last week. Someday my luck will come. They have this thing called the poker lotto. And there's a 5-card hand, and if you get all 5 cards, why, you win $100,000. That's wonderful, isn't it? Well, they pulled a fast one on me. Am I cutting? I am. They pulled a fast one on me. I had 2 of the cards, the suit and the number that I needed, and the other 3 cards were the same numbers that came out, but they were the wrong suit. So I literally had all 5 number cards for the number that came out, but I didn't have the right suit.
Okay, Yvette, we have the Prince of Cups reversed. That's like the Knight of Cups.
333.
And then we have the Seven of Wands, and that's reversed.
Okay.
And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and that's reversed.
Oh,
so
Yvette.
These don't seem really great.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think that if messages are delayed, you're disappointed. That's the Page of Cups reversed.
No, it's the Knight.
Or I'm sorry, the Knight. Is that the... Oh, it's the Prince.
Yeah.
So it's the Knight of Cups reversed, which basically indicates some disappointment in not getting the news or something that you really wanted. That's literally right there in this card. And I sense your issues here. I see it because you have the Seven of Wands reversed, which indicates you are really feeling disadvantaged right now. Obviously, financially, you said it's money problems right now. And that Seven of Wands is showing what shaky ground you've been feeling. The Wheel of Fortune is reversed right now. Now, the positive with this is, and this is a bad time. It's basically saying the Wheel of Fortune is not swinging your way right now. But the good news is that what goes down has to come back up again. That hopefully that this will right itself. But I have to say it might take longer than this month to do so.
I often feel that way about the Wheel of Fortune reverse, that it indicates the process of cycles, and that cycles will always change. We have no clear way of knowing how long it'll take. So clearly these don't portend well for that money situation. I wonder about this Knight of Cups here reverse, because I also wonder too if this may indicate a particular thing maybe about money, and I guess it's an easy call to make, with the holiday season coming up too, just a sense of disappointment about needing to be able to, show appreciation for somebody or someone you care about, and that this would indicate, not being able to get there.
You 100% should keep hope alive, because
Absolutely.
Even though the tarot is indicating this
Yes.
today, remember, tarot is only a snapshot in time. Anything could change this outlook, but it's at least saying right now that things are at a disadvantage. It's acknowledging that. And yeah, Angel, we'll see you when you get back.
We could still be here.
We could still be here. Let's do the Lenormand for you and see what it looks like here, Yvette.
Oh.
Well, interestingly enough, we have the key card in this reading, and the key card in the Lenormand basically means the key is what comes up next. And the key in this case is the gingerbread, which is the park. This could mean a number of things to me, because the park is about social events and gatherings, and could be networking and things like that on some level. So I think here the key is to either seek help, from others around you, whether it's financial assistance or whether it is looking for work, network, get out there more and do the networking. The key is to get out there and talk to someone, speak to people. Whether it's even virtually, whatever the case may be, get yourself out there and connect with others, because that looks like it's the key.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that's what that's talking about. And of course, we are moving into the holiday season, the giving season. And some of your questions sort of move towards that idea of the time of year. So I'm thinking too that, if you are able to be socializing or to be out in the public during holiday times or looking for places where networking can happen, groups of friends talking, whatever it is, that may be the key, that you may actually find some luck. The Wheel of Fortune can turn around and become lucky again, and maybe something that will help you either, with your money situation or help you in some other way. So I do hope so, and I do appreciate you coming, Yvette. Thank you.
Good luck with that, Yvette. My pen has died. No, there it is. Okay. Blue, I think the list is closed. I'm sorry. We probably could
I'm
not
sorry,
get
Blue,
to
yeah.
you today. Apologies for that.
Yeah, we're really running ragged.
Yeah, we got a lot of people today. So Mama T is up. And then we had Angel Rivera. Angel Rivera is at a meeting right now, so we're going to block him out. So it's Mama T, Gina, Austin, Sinelli, Mr. Maurice, Kara, and Vanita. Hey, you are welcome, Yvette. Good luck with that.
Good luck. Okay,
All right.
so we're doing Mama T.
You wanted the...
General.
Was it a general?
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought it was a message from guides or something like that. But okay.
Oh, you're right. Message from guides. Okay.
Yep. My deck?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Did I pull those Lenormand or did you?
It might have been me. I don't really remember.
I think it was me. Probably because you're blah blahing. Sorry. Hey, I used to pull them all the time anyway, so.
Thanks, Mama Teresa.
Excuse me. All right. Ooh. Well, we do have the death card to start things off, Mama T. Whoa, whoa. And look at this. Ten of Pentacles card. That's pretty awesome. And look at this. They're all upright. The Four of Cups is upright as well. So, geez, so Pete's. It looks like there's radical change coming your way, Mama T. Like it or not, death heralds change and transformation. Are you ready? Because it looks to me like this transformation could be very, very good for you. There's money to be had here. You know, sometimes it means money from family connections or legacies, but when that's not possible, it does indicate to me better family financial conditions, better household financial conditions. And it shows you right now, though, in a period of maybe stepping back a little bit from things and really focusing on what opportunity could bring all this about. Where is this coming from? Where is this? Maybe you are thinking about this now. Maybe you already know. Maybe you already have an idea or a plan in place to change things.
It's funny that Banshee said this in that way, too, because after the cards played there, and I saw the Four of Cups coming up last, I thought, well, that one's really the first one, because that's really saying that this is coming to you now, this idea that presents change, and that the change would be really good, would create foundation and security. So I don't know what it is, but I think you will when you see it. The guides are basically telling you this big change is coming to you and to be ready to accept it.
Wow. Yeah, that is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it again.
All right.
Let's do some Lenormand for you. Really nice reading, Mama T. All those cards, powerful with the Death card. Death card is always powerful change and transformation that's really necessary for that Ten of Pentacles growth.
Yeah. And a lot of times I just sort of feel that the Ten of Pentacles talks about security, too. It's not just money or knowing, that people in your family have your back. It's also about feeling really secure in other ways, always.
Well, as grim as this might look, because the clouds, the dark side is facing the card I'm about to give, it's not dark at all, because really that's the sun card and that's the clouds. The sun, success, some successful venture, some success that you are going to achieve is going to dispel the doom and gloom that may have been surrounding you for a while. So I feel like success is coming after a period of confusion, feeling lost or depressed.
These things coincide with the first set of cards because I feel like the fireplace, the sun, is sort of standing in here with this Four of Cups. And I think it is really, as you say, there's a meeting going on. Perhaps something really important will happen that will give a clear idea of where the change is going to go, how you're going to change, what's going to happen. Who really knows? I wouldn't limit it to just anything. I think it could just really be coming from maybe the least expected area even.
Oh, hi, love is in the air. I'm so sorry we have to close the list today, and Jadzia too. You're welcome to stay and listen, but we are book solid today.
Yeah, we
it's been
really
a
have
really crazy busy day.
so many to finish up in 15 minutes.
Yeah, so
we're definitely going to overtime. So
thank you so much for stopping in. Get here early Thursday or next Sunday, and we'll be happy to read for you. All right, so Gina, you want an oracle reading. So Mr. O, she also said Lenormand, so I will let you do the Lenormand for Gina, but let me pull the oracle. Well, actually, too, I will let you shuffle these and cut them.
But thanks for coming, and we appreciate you guys too, of course.
We're already, we have to contemplate a future, if all goes well, where we might have so many people in the chat, we may have to cut down our readings or do something differently. We'll have to figure that out as we go. We're certainly not ready to make that change yet, but
right.
We do hate to leave people out.
Yeah, I don't like doing it. So, and we realize that also too, we're quite talkative.
Shuffle and cut. Sorry.
We need to rein ourselves in too so that we can.
Well, we love to talk to you all too. Geez, there's got to be a little bit of a balance of everything here.
It's simple. We'll just stay on for 5 hours.
5 hours. Oh my gosh, no. Hey, yeah, we should do. You know how
a marathon?
Do you know how Al Roker would do those marathon weather shows?
Oh my!
Maybe we should do a New Year's one, eh? Funny. No. No, I will not.
No. I could barely stay up till 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve.
Wow, Gina, this is an interesting card. You have the Is Truth Stranger Than Fiction card. No, you have the Stranger card, which is about curiosity.
Thank you, Jackie. You couldn't stop me. My 5th grade teacher said, "He's such a good student," to my mother. And then she said, "But he's such a chatterbox."
So the stranger is about the other Gina, moving past fear of differences, curiosity, and acceptance. Moves through our world in a shroud of darkness, the stranger does, that often elicits fear, rejection, and uncertainty as the danger of the unknown defines its very presence. Yes, there is a veil of separation between you. Look closer and summon the courage to remain open to what you might find. You may be conditioned to only look for what mirrors what is safe and known to you, refusing to entertain any concept of other beyond something to fear. In order to broaden your world and your experience of it, you must refute the illusion that sameness is the only way. Nothing you expect externally matches up with the other, and you're challenged by your own inexperience, but don't miss this opportunity for learning. Something extraordinary is being offered to you now. If you remain curious and teachable, allow the newness to envelop you as you explore the possibilities. This is a departure from your expectations, but the stranger has come to invite you to dance to a new music. Ooh, this is right up your alley, Gina. A new tempo, a new sensation that will add more dimension to you and what you create as a result. Now is the time to leave room for other points of view, other ways of seeing with humility and grace. This is a defining moment. Take the risk. Life is a precious diamond with many facets, not just one.
And here's our Lenormand. We have first the Child and then Humbug. Number
What
7.
do you think that is?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Well, she's wearing a dark outfit. What might you devise from that, Mr. Shadow Boy? What kind of shadow card would be in the Lenormand? Something kind of that snakes along.
Snake. Snake.
So this is kind of
Snake.
interesting, Gina, that you get this combination with the stranger. You know, sometimes things that on the surface look, you know, kind of spooky or scary, they're not. And I think that maybe what it's saying is to take it slow, but definitely this is a time to explore even perhaps aspects of the self, you know, that are more shadow elements.
Goth Tarot can help you with that.
Yeah. A handsome new stranger, perhaps.
Yes.
Perhaps. And there might be some shadowy elements there, you know, that might, that may not be bad, but they're just maybe unsettling to you on the surface. But remember, you know, snakes always shed their skin, and what's underneath there may be something completely different.
It seems that way.
An interesting reading, Gina.
Well, good luck with that.
Remain curious, remain open to learning, despite what outward appearances may show.
That's true, too. There you go.
That's what we have for you, Gina. Awesome. Mama T's on that, Goth Tarot.
My number 1 fan.
Absolutely. All right. So we're moving on to Austin. Austin, are you still with us? I hope so. We can read for you now. And then Sonali, Mr. Maurice, Kara, and Vanita.
Okay.
Well, Mr. O is in his Scorpio element with Goth Tarot.
Yes, as I mentioned, I've got some really neat new dark themed decks that I want to start using for that.
I'm always freaked out by snakes. I shouldn't be, for goodness sakes, as a magical practitioner. But I will say that I kind of have the same kind of sense about snakes that I have about spiders. I always seem to know when one is nearby. It's like a spidey sense, I call it, literally. But it's true. It's never failed me on hiking trails, etc. All right, calling again for Austin. We'll give Austin another minute to see if they're here. And Sonali, if you're here, did Sonali leave a question?
I believe Sonali wanted the divine message.
Okay, double check
Let's
that
take a
for
look
me
while
we're waiting to see if Austin pops up. And then we'll just move on with Sonali's message. Ooh, I knew somebody when I was growing up who had a tarantula. I did. I was kind of freaked out by it. I kind of had a secret crush on this person, and that's all I'll say about it. Probably wasn't so secret to some of my friends and the people involved with that person. But anyway.
You know, it's weird. It looks like some of the chat disappears, like the Otis part of the chat, so I'm not sure that I'm seeing Sonali there.
Okay, I will look. I think I'm going all the way back.
It won't let me go any further back. Maybe I have to switch over somehow.
Past Mr. Maurice there in the beginning. I know Sonali. Well, Sonali might have left. possibly 2, so I don't know.
Can you find the question?
I haven't been able to. I think I want to start from the top and go down.
And who's next after that?
Hang on. Okay, after Austin and Sonali is Mr. Maurice.
All right. And Mr. Maurice left a question too.
Yeah, I don't see Sonali. So they may have just thought, oh, there, did I miss my turn again? Nope, it really didn't get you. But that's the only tweet I'm seeing. So
Yeah.
Sonali doesn't come back. I do not have a question for them. All right, well, we're going to move on to Mr. Maurice. And if Sonali does come back in the room, please retype your question. If you already did, we're sorry. Did you see a question from Mr. Maurice?
Earlier, so I'm also looking for that again now too. If whoever's there should just type it in again because it might be faster for us.
All right, so let me go through the list and type in your question if you are here. Let's just get them on here now. There's Austin, Sonali, Mr. Maurice, Kara, and Vanita. Oh yeah, Scorpions. No.
A refreshing thought to my job position outlook. I want a refreshing thought to my job position outlook.
All right, Mr. Maurice, we're going to do that for you. There you are. Okay. So you wanted something about your job? Okay.
A refreshing thought about
Is it my turn or yours?
Yes, it's yours, I think. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whoops. That was not a good shuffle. Let me do one more. There we go. I got cat hair in here. Can see it. Here you go, Mr. O. Yes?
I was just looking to see what it was.
Oh. All right. Wow, Mr. Maurice. This is really interesting. Okay. So we have the Page of Cups here, right? The valet is the page. The Page of Cups. It's reversed. Gosh, it's so interesting. Okay, put that one down, Mr. O.
I haven't shown it yet.
Oh,
sorry, cameras were not aligned.
Sorry.
Okay.
Page of Cups reversed, but then look at this. Six of Swords has made a reappearance. Six of Swords is upright. And Death. Upright. So, clear signals here, Mr. Maurice. And you know what we talked about, I think it was, I don't know if it was Violet Lotus or somebody else too, that was talking about what was going on in their lives. Maybe it was also, and it just mirrors this right here. Because I think you were talking about how there was some upsetting news about a job shift or change. And that's what's going on here with the Page of Cups. You received some news that was a little unsettling and made you kind of emotionally insecure or unhappy. But this move looks like it's a good move for you. This looks like a really good move for you. And Death is here, which again, these two are tied together here. Clearly there's a transformation, a change going on. And this move is going to be provide you with a little bit more stability or peace on the job. It seems as though it will work out better for you as far as peace, harmony, and tranquil work situation goes.
I think it is still possible that there's some amount of emotionality about, where it's coming from in terms of, your most recent experience. But the idea of moving away really seems to balance out any other concerns with that, and that it really is about a big opportunity that is coming to you. I mean, it really represents a lot more change. And I don't want to, speak only in my own experience, but it finally seems like people who are a little bit younger than ourselves in the job market, that are in their middle age still, are finally coming into their own in terms of being looked at respectfully by whoever's in charge again. So I hope that's what the case is that finally, it's about how you're being considered.
I mean, to me, this is a voyage away from difficulties and strife to calmer, peaceful shores.
Yeah.
Death is completely about transformation.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for a better combo here. So I feel as though, like you said, that, well, this was kind of upsetting news. Yeah, it was, but it's going to herald better times for you, I feel, in the long haul here. I personally hope this is true, Mr. Maurice, because that looks really positive. Let's see what the Lenormand can add to this, though. You never know. Sometimes it does put a wrinkle in things.
Well, if I remember right, you gave us a kind of about your age, and that's like around the time of the second Saturn return. So a lot of times when Saturn returns for the second time, it is talking about achievements. It's talking about lessons of time. It's talking about responsibilities. Sometimes you're gaining more, but sometimes you're just finding a way to resolve what the responsibilities are.
Well, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. It's not totally bad, but there is the wreath here, which is the ring in the traditional Lenormand, and then there is the scythe. So what does this mean? Because the ring can be about, obviously, partnership, joining, commitment. The scythe, of course, is about cutting away at something. So I don't know if this means that you have to cut ties with something in order to do this. Is it taking you away from something else important to you? There seems to be this potential here, I think.
But that's why we had the Page of Cups then, because maybe there is still a sense of emotional unease about leaving something behind because of the new opportunity.
Yeah.
And that maybe a part of that involves really that you would have little or less to do with where you were from, that maybe it really is that big of a change where, the connection would be pretty severed or altered a lot.
Wow.
That's what it looks like.
Well, clearly change is evident in these cards. And clearly, to me, it looks very, very positive overall.
Right. Despite all that, it is positive. I mean, just the idea of the ring says that this is really like a contract maybe, or like really an offer.
It might mean that there is some change in a contractual relationship here. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to, like I said, wrap my head around it relating to this, but I do feel there's just a real positive vibe going on here.
Looks that way.
Good luck with that.
Good luck. Let us know.
You the best. All right, Angel Rivera, did you want a reading since you're back? As we have either Angel Rivera, Austin, did you come back, Austin or Sinelli? You two as well, and then Kara and Vanita.
You're welcome. Thank you, too.
You're welcome. Thank you again, Mr. Maurice, for the donation.
Cat hair must be flying around the air because I'm suddenly starting to feel itchy around my nose.
It's adhering to this cloth because I got some on my cards, too.
All
okay,
right.
you are good. That's fine. We will move on.
Thank
Austin
you.
and Sonali have not responded. So, Kara, you are up. And then Vanita. Vanita, are you here? Because if not, we will have to end with Kara then.
Wow, that would be such a shame.
Hey. Now, Vanita's here. What you supposed to think of that statement, Mr. O?
She's probably not here. Whose deck is it? Yours or mine?
Anything spirits want you to know? I think it's your turn.
Oh, shucks, Angel.
Aw.
God, I swear there's like hair flying around in the air or something. He's right there.
Maybe he was swishing his tail around and...
I'll show you, he said.
I don't know. I'm just speculating. The giant cards. You had to end the day with the giant cards, Mr. O.
Well, I want to use my karma cards for Kara.
One more. Whoop. There we go.
She loves these cards.
Gonna bring out some of my big decks, I swear.
All right, so we have continuing the tradition of the spirits telling us it's all about these court cards in our lives.
Oh my goodness.
We have the King of Coins reversed. Kind of like that one. And then we have the World, but the World is upright, which is very nice. And then once again another court card, and it's the Page of Swords, and it's upright, and I like that one too.
Yeah, this is a good reading. Why don't you go ahead, Mr. O?
Well, the pages are always the messengers, so a lot of times wherever they fall, they may indicate that all of this is about a message or about some sort of communication that's coming to you, or it's at the very least ideas you may be intuiting. And that could be very much the idea with the Page of Swords, because the Page of Swords is also talking about really proper behavior, or about skilled behavior, about maybe entertaining the idea about being in tune, in rhythm with people. Maybe that's the message too, or that's the way the message is delivered. But you have the World, which talks about the cycles being for you now. So maybe Spirit is saying, because you try to be that right person, everything is going your way. But then there's that King of Coins, which is reversed. And that could be saying too that from certain security points of view, things are not exactly the way you want them. You may be feeling that there is something about your security you want to take another look at. I don't think this is pertaining totally to financial security, but I think there's an aspect there. It could also be pertaining to the overall security of your home, safety factors, things like that.
So I feel a message coming through here from Spirit might be that, Kara, if you want to complete something, if you want to have a successful conclusion to something in your life, you want that, whatever it is, a happily ever after in some area of your life, it's time to really communicate that intent with integrity now and with force, and it's time to truly get to work. It's as if here the Spirit is saying it's not just going to fall into your lap. You can't get lazy about it and expect things to just fall into place for you. It's time to organize yourself. It's time to, to get up and move in the direction you need to move into. And Spirit is saying, make it clear to the universe, make it clear to, whoever is involved in this situation, or what, if you're applying for jobs, you want a relationship, it's you that needs to communicate that intent and move now. Do something about it.
A lot of times I look at this card and I forget that it's more than just the cycles we go through. It's really about the ends of cycles, which of course do imply the beginning of maybe another cycle. So this could also be saying too that Spirit may have found that you have worked your way through a cycle, a process of perfection and completion, but now you may have to turn your attention to what is still, less than perfect. It may be about those financial or security things I mentioned.
It could be. The other thing is interesting, Mr. O, because I look at the wheel as cycles.
I know, and I might have been actually channeling that energy there.
Completion and ending. But the wheel in its own way is an ending too. Tens are endings. So endings and new beginnings. So in order to complete something and move on, we need to really put our effort behind it.
So your Lenormand is the candy cane, which is the cross.
Oh my. You're right. What do you got there?
And the evergreen, the tree. And so the evergreen informs the first card. So it's the idea of the tree. This could talk about family once again, maybe not necessarily represented here, but it could also talk about the ideas of good health and things that are growing.
So that's what I guess I have to ask is, do you feel you're up for the challenge, maybe, is what Spirit is asking too, Are there worries and concerns about your state of your health or your well-being? Or, like he said, somebody in your family? There is some stress and some things associated with that could be interfering. I feel as though that Spirit is saying maybe these are concerns you need to take care of. Perhaps that is what's causing the slowdown or the sluggishness here in moving towards your goals. Take care of self first and the rest will follow.
I think it is a shout out a little bit to family in the sense that maybe there are things about family that beyond even physical health, there may be just a mental concept around family health, and so this pertains to maybe beyond your biological family. Maybe it's your community or it's your workplace or it's other things, to where this is a time of year that's stressful and that maybe some people may feel the year ends and maybe, they just need more assurance that the world goes on after that.
So really, there could be other causes for why this King of Coins is reversed here that Spirit wants you to consider. And if it's something to do with, issues that are related to family. And when we say family health, that could mean, clearly how family is relating and connecting with each other, as well as, possibly somebody sick you're worried about in the family, or your own health. Possibly there's worries even about something you may have inherited from others. Don't let this set you back from doing the things that are right for yourself, at this time. But I do feel, now that I'm looking at these cards, the message might be, Spirit is saying it is okay to put yourself first and your needs first, and the rest will follow. But by all means,
I like that.
Yeah, by all means, communicate your intent on what it is you want to Spirit, and the world at large. You need to really get it out there. That's what we have for you. And that's what we have, unless Vanita is here, we are going to close the show. Only 10 minutes overtime. What? That's pretty unheard of for a Sunday. So I want to thank everybody, but Vanita, speak now if you are here. I'll be happy to read for you. I'm going to grab my Lenormand while we wait. And just remind everybody, it's a big month. I do believe if any of you guys are following us on Facebook and Twitter, there will be some giveaways this month. We just haven't ironed them out yet.
I just saw the sunny tail move up there. I don't know if anybody else saw it.
Oh, it got on camera?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Mine is a little behind. Oh, no.
You missed it already. You should have looked at it.
Darn. Oh, well.
That's right, Angel. The greatest show on earth. Oh, wait. No, it was a pretty good show.
Mr. O.
I have hopes.
All right. Well, I think we are done. So I just want to thank you all. Thank you, Jackie, for spending, oh my gosh, time with us today. Oh my goodness sakes. And thank everybody for their time and their kind words today.
And
a lot of you
everything
were
else.
saying such nice things. We really appreciate that. Thanks for the donations, subscribing. All of that means so much to us. We really appreciate you, and we will be back Thursday. So be there, and see you soon. Take care.